A black woman at Gold's Gym spoke up. Not to hate, but to ask a fair question. Why grown men walking into women's locker rooms while women are naked? Instead of answering her question, they revoked her membership. Family, we got a problem when telling the truth costs you your right to privacy.
Gold's Gym, men, grown men with big in the women's locker room. And that's why I'm getting kicked out, and I want to make sure the girls know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Parental discretion is advised. It's a real video, okay? This is not AI.
So, everybody saw that man in the locker room. No one's saying shit. And I'm done with it. It's stupid. It's dangerous. Me naked in front of a man without my permission. But I ain't the one who gets kicked out the gym, y'all. I'm terminated for not wanting men in the locker room. I just had the worst experience ever at the gym, at Gold's Gym, and I think this is probably happening at gyms across America. We're like...
Yeah, when I saw this clip, the first clip I saw, they were never all together. So initially I found this clip, and then the first clip, then I found this that has a picture of this trans person. Okay, so keep watching.
Trans women are going into the women's locker room and not really caring about how women feel about it. And it's really hurtful, yo. Like, how you gonna say you want to be a woman or that you are a woman, but you don't give a fuck how women feel? Today I was naked in the locker room. I turn around and there's a man there in boy clothes, lip gloss, standing there looking at me. I'm butt naked. So the first thing I think is maybe there's a worker in here. Maybe I missed the sign. I say the word sir to say, sir, what are you doing in here? He goes, don't talk to me. I'm a woman. I have a right to be in here. Immediately, I'm pissed because I'm butt naked. I feel violated. I feel like weird. Like, I don't want to deal with this, right? So the girls are walking in and they're seeing the commotion and they actually chime in and say, yo, I don't know why he's in here. He's not supposed to be in here. And then I talk to the people that work at Gold's Gym and they don't really have anything to do. They just like, oh, we can file a report about it, incident report. What the fuck is going on? Like, listen, how can you say you're a woman or you want to be a woman and you don't care how women feel? That's nothing more manly than not giving a fuck about how women feel, I'd like to think. And I get it, like, everybody has their own things, and I don't want to say that I know everything about gay rights or trans rights. I'm a lesbian. I've been a lesbian my whole life. I treat people how I want to be treated regardless of whatever their sexual orientation is or whatever they decide. So I'm not transphobic, and I'm not homophobic. I'm not straightphobic. I'm not racist. None of these things. I just believe in treating people how I want to be treated. Why do you guys think it's okay for men to be in the women's restroom? And like, when is the cutoff point? Is it like, oh, you cut off your penis, you can come in here? Why aren't women making the laws? And if you really want to fucking be safe and feel good, why don't we just make trans restrooms? Because it ain't right. The way I feel right now. And don't come into my comments about he gay, he ain't looking at you. I don't give a bro. It's about a feeling, yo. Like, if you never been a little girl who been touched or been through some shit, you won't understand that feeling. And you've never been a little girl.
Are you?
Did you tell me or not that women like to see dick?
I'm asking you a fucking question.
Exactly. Get out of the way now. No. Now he knows how to be a man, right? Now he knows how to be a man. Stay out of the women's locker room. We don't want it. He needs to have his gym membership revoked for that shit. And the woman told you. He assaulted me. The girl told already. We already filed reports. No.
That's fine. I want the video.
You can't get rid of me for this. I'm a woman and I have every right to not want a man in the restroom when I'm naked. There are girls naked in there. Look at them walking in there like it's okay. It's not okay.
I understand.
I'm not quoting
Tim Black's BS detector.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Tim Black's BS detector.
You know, I saw this video just in time because I tell you, just last night, we had a show here on the Tim Black Show, and a segment, I should say. And I was starting to feel like this issue was like, why are they still bringing this up? I mean, I agree it's wrong. It is wrong to subject women to being exposed to men in places where men should not be. I don't give a shit about you trying to run for office, but you cannot subject women to that. As a dad, I got a real problem with it. So, but I was like, it's like when candidates are running against each other, there's a race in Virginia right now where neither candidate strikes me as being amazing or even great or even really good. And it's like the Republicans are trying to make the candidate or the election hinge on the Democrat who won't say, who would not speak out about some shit like this. And that's what they're kind of trying to turn the tide with. It's not working, and I don't think it should until I saw this video. Yeah, until I saw this video. Because I can't, I want it to be like, there's other things that are more important. There are other things that are more important than this issue. But if that's my child, that's all I care about. If the woman in that video is my daughter, that's all I care about, is that moment right there. And I'd say, fuck your party and your plans that you don't care about the privacy and the person, the individual rights of all those women in the Gold's Gym. All those women have a right not to be infringed upon. You don't do that for one person. Like, what if I just want to be considered, what if I just want to be butt naked and just walk around? I can't just do whatever I want to do in society. I can do that in the privacy of my own home, but I can't just walk around as, hi. Because why? Because we have a society, we have rules. And one individual can't impose their will upon everybody else. So I wanted to be of the opinion, fam, for real, that I'm not going to be played. I'm not going to be played by this issue. I'm not going to sit here and allow myself to be roped into this debate about say what what a woman is, what a woman is. Well, I know what food stamps are. I know what jobs are. I know what housing vouchers are. I know what incubators for entrepreneurs, and I know about investment in communities, and I know what home appraisals, and I know about all this other shit that I care a lot about too. But, family, if you're a Democrat and you can't get this right, if you're a Democrat who cannot see the idiocy in doing this, it is worse than idiocy. It's lack of compassion, lack of empathy at all for black women, lack of the sanctity of privacy, personal space. Not to mention, as the woman pointed out, what about all the women who've had trauma in their lives? What about women who are still battling those demons, who are subjected to being exposed or having their bodies exposed without their permission to somebody with junk? And if you're a Democrat and you can't see that is wrong, and every bit of that is wrong, and you're already riding with it, you're riding with it anyway because it's your party, and your party has decided not to give a shit about women's rights, not to care about my children's, my daughter's rights when they go in the bathroom at a restaurant. It's not just gyms. It's everywhere. It's not just girls' sports. It's every bathroom in America. And when you start looking at it like that, though, like I said, there's other things, fam. There's other things I care about. But I gotta say, if you can't get this right, who knows what else you'll get wrong? And I don't like what some Sears, whatever her name is. I'm not inclined to like that Republican lady. Okay? But I'm not inclined to like the Spanberger lady, who's the Democrat who's running, who cannot see the irresponsibility, the lack of intelligence, the lack of proper respect of other people's space and just common decency. And you would rather be wrong, but be in line with your party. That shows when there's another issue that's important. You'll probably do the same shit. Because if you will, so they'll talk about Trump. Oh, these people won't stand up to Trump. They won't tell Trump. All these Republicans won't stand up to Trump. Trump's doing this. He's riding over it. I keep hearing them all say that. From Van Lathan to Tiffany Cross to Bakari Sellers. Yeah, I'm back there. I'm talking that shit. They're all saying it on every show they go on, right? Abby Phillip, all of you are saying it. But what about the Democrats who won't buck their own party on this shit? Abby Phillip, you're a smart lady with a baby, with a husband. I saw the pictures recently. Not very recently, but I saw you had a child. You don't want your daughter exposed to that. And if you say you don't care, I doubt it. I doubt you're being honest. So I think it says something about their party that's deeply wrong. I don't know what private donor has an unending lake of money for them to swim in where they will be willing to throw their constituents under the bus. All I can do is speak for myself and say, that shit right there crystallized just how pathetic the Democratic Party is, and how anyone who cannot sympathize with those women at Gold's Gym who don't see their point of the argument is give those women more weight than that one guy who is still a guy because he still got that, could have just walked his ass into the men's room. Could have just walked his ass into the men's room. But instead of being realistic and honest, or he could just change in the car. Why not just change in the car, Johnson? Change your gear in the car. Shower when you get home. Problem solved. Why come that one person can't be inconvenienced and save us all the rest? And the kicker is, she said they yanked her membership for being loud because she was too loudly protesting being violated. Make that make sense. Folks, put it in the comment section what you think about this one. I think it's clear. The Democrats have lost their goddamn minds. And anybody who can't see through this problem for what it is and be on the right side of it, I wouldn't trust them. I'm not telling Virginia to vote. I'm not telling you to vote Republican. I'm just saying. I'd understand if you don't vote for Spanberger or anybody or any other Democrat who could be honest enough with themselves and stand on their own 10 toes down on their square and be a real human being and stop being a fucking robot for the Democratic Party. That's what you got to be not to understand this. Because you get it. That's the worst. Ain't that the worst thing when they gaslight you? They get what you're saying. They understand the argument. They understand the craziness. But it's something, it's the control. So they want to talk about Trump's control over the Republicans. What about the Democrats' control over you, Democrats? It's like driving a car with your feet and arguing, well, you should be able to do it. It's going to kill people, but it's my feet. What about all the people walking down the street? What about all the drivers on the road next to you? What about them? This is America. We care about the individual feet of the person who wants to do the dumb shit they want to do. All types of people want to do all types of things. They can't. Not all things are to be done. That's all I'm saying. And men going into women's rooms is just one of them. Tomorrow, we'll work on letters, the importance of not putting sharp metal objects into wall outlets, and other basics, pot holders with cast iron pans that are hot on the stove. We'll work on that next week. We don't want to throw too much at you, Democrats. Working our way up. All right, let's keep going, fam. Hit the like button if you thought that was an interesting take. That's something you're going to find on CNN. I can tell you that shit.
The Tim Black Show streams Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wolfpack.